are we? Where did we all come from? It's a question that pretty much every culture on Earth has asked. Today, we're going to dig into one of the most ancient answers out there, a really fascinating creation story from the Hindu Puranas about the very first man and woman. So let's get right into it. So this is the big question for today's explainer. And to answer it, we have to go way back to a sacred forest, back to the very beginning of the cosmos, and witness a truly miraculous, one-of-a-kind birth. The answer isn't just a couple of names, it's this whole incredible story about the very nature of creation itself. You see, our story, as it's told in the Brahma Purana, doesn't start in some empty void. It actually begins in a place of deep learning and wisdom, the forest of Naimisharanya. And it was right here that a group of really respected sages gathered together, all driven by this profound need for knowledge. Now, these weren't just casual philosophers. These were scholars who had spent their entire lives trying to understand the universe. So they go to their great teacher, a man named Sutajanji. And they don't come with answers. They come with the most fundamental question you could possibly ask. And this is the question they asked. It's so simple, so direct, but it's everything, isn't it? How was the entire world created? This one single question is what kicks off the entire narrative of creation, a story that's been passed down for just countless generations. So, to get the answer these sages were looking for, Sutaji's story takes us right to the source, the creator himself, Lord Brahma. After he's already shaped the heavens and the earth and all the waters, Brahma looks around and turns his attention to his next big project. I mean, think about it. The universe was this vast, magnificent stage, but it was empty. The Brahma Purana tells us that Brahma felt this powerful urge, this desire to create what's known as Prajapati, progenitors of life, to fill his new world with consciousness, with activity, with beings. And this right here, this brings us to the absolute heart of our story. Because Brahma's plan to populate the earth, well, it wasn't what you might expect. It was the singular divine act that gave birth to the very first man and the very first woman. So, in a moment of really deep contemplation, Brahma performs a miracle. And this was not a birth from a mother's womb. No, this was something much more primordial. He turned his divine will inward, focusing it on his very own form. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. From the single, complete body of the Creator, two distinct but totally complementary halves emerge. The male half becomes a man named Svayambhuva Manu, and the female half becomes a woman named Shatarupa. They were, quite literally, born from the exact same divine source. Okay, so let's break down why this is such a huge deal. The name Svayambhuva Manu tells you everything. Swayambhu means self-manifested. So unlike every single human who would come after him, he wasn't born through procreation. This isn't just a cool birth story, it's making a powerful statement that the origin of all humanity, both male and female, comes from a single, unified, divine essence. All right, so with Svayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa now on Earth, the stage is officially set. But how do you get from this one couple to everybody? Well, from this first couple came 5 children, 2 sons and 3 daughters. And it was through their marriages and their descendants that the world really began to be populated. The Puranas trace this entire, unbelievably complex tapestry of human life, and even gods and sages, all the way back to this one single foundational family. Now here's where the story gets really mind-bending. The tale of Swayambhuva Manu isn't some one-time event that just happened and then it was over. No, it's actually just the first beginning in a massive, repeating cosmic cycle. This concept is called a Manvantara, which you can basically translate as the age of a Manu. Think of it like a huge chapter in the book of time, an entire epic of humanity. And each one of these ages has its own progenitor, its own Manu. And the timescale here it's just wild. The texts say that within a single cosmic day of Brahma, there aren't just 1 or 2 of these ages, there are 14 of them. 14 Manvantaras, each one lasting for millions upon millions of years. So this is the really crucial takeaway. The man who was born from Brahma's own body, Svayambhuva Manu, he has a truly special place in all of this. He isn't just a father of humanity, he is the father who kicks off the whole sequence. He's the first progenitor for the very first age of humanity in our current cosmic cycle. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? This incredible story of a creator literally splitting in two to form the first couple. It's way more than just an ancient myth. It's a profound reflection on unity, on duality, and on that deep, universal human need for a story that tells us not just how we all began, but maybe why we're here.